Okay, brilliant. That's pretty much it. We're live. That's how it works. Excellent connection. Hello guys. I'm gonna make an article because recently there's actually been a breakthrough where UEFA, that rubbish, whatever, have basically cancelled Russia from being in the international competition. Yeah, alright. So, I'm gonna do an article. It might be poor because I'm not really good with politics personally, and it's quite heavy on the politics. So this could be a shambles. I'm gonna give it a go because we all have a shambles, don't we? So I'm gonna use Twitter. I'm gonna use my phone as well. I've only got two screens. So Russian national team. Right. So I'm just gonna go off this. There you go. There's the news. It's gonna be a small article because I'm not particularly in the mood to make one. It's just I'm so bored that I'm making one. Oh look, the Grammarly home button has been turned into a Ukrainian flag. Russian clubs, Russian clubs and national team, excluded from football due to recent events. There's not going to be any clever thing, so and Robert Lewandowski, who's got to come to Twitter, due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people of Russia have been excluded from a number of online apps and now but of privileges I can't spell now, including football. Several FIFA and UEFA, this is so fun, have yesterday fucking hell, FIFA and UEFA have come together in the conclusion that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to the recent conflicts. Yesterday, FIFA and UEFA. Fuck off. I don't care. Have reached an agreement at Russian clubs. FIFA and UEFA have reached an agreement, that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to the recent conflicts between Vladimir Putin, who's the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago, although the conflict has been happening for decades due to how close the two countries are over the last few days. This is long. I'll say the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles into towards Ukrainian airports and arsenals and cities. Forces and countries of the world of Ukraine and countries of the world have not backed down though, and a lot armed forces of Ukraine and countries of the world have not backed down though, resulting in numerous of people travelling to Ukraine to defend against the Russians. Yeah, that's just basically numerous amounts. Shut up, you dog. Fucking hate dogs. Joking. UEFA and FIFA. Shut up. You get a dog? It's annoying, isn't it? I want to kill it. Joking. That's not funny. Can't say that. It's a good dog, but it's very barky and quite annoying. Released a small statement saying football fully united here in full solidarity. That is so cool. With all people affected in Ukraine. Serious. Okay, that's that done. Alright, so due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by President Putin, the people of Russia have been excluded from several privileges, now including football. Yesterday, FIFA and UEFA reached an agreement that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to recent conflicts. UEFA and FIFA released a small statement. Saying football is fully united here and in full solidarity. Vladimir Putin is the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago, although the conflict has been happening for decades due to how close the two countries are. Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles towards Ukrainian airports, arsenals and cities. The armed forces of Ukraine and countries of the world have not backed down though, resulting in numerous amounts of people travelling to Ukraine to defend against the Russians. The Russians' acts of war. To escape the dangerous living conditions that currently dealing with Boris Johnson announced that borders are not open for Indian civilian result. A lot. Ukrainians have recently been migrating to the country to escape the dangerous living conditions that they are currently dealing with. Boris Johnson announced that the borders are not open. A majority of Russian Russians do not want this war. Escalate. This to begin against the plans of Putin, but sadly, as Putin is the leader of the country, the Russians a numerous amount of privileges taken from their hands. Oh, fucking hell, the dog's off again. Sadly, as Putin is the leader of the country, the Russians are having a numerous amount of privileges. Robert Lewandowski reached out to Twitter to voice his opinion on the decision FIFA and UEFA agreed on. Shut up, dog. It is the right decision. It is the right decision. I can't imagine playing a match with the aggression in Ukraine. Shut up, dog. Continues. Down, down. Russian footballers and fans are not responsible for this, but we can't pretend that nothing is happening. Yeah, that could cause some controversy. Oh, okay, then Israel, okay. So, what happened with Israel then? Let's translate tweet. So I see you here playing, normally recording. Well, against. Oh yeah, because Israel invaded Palestine. People retaliated to the opinion of Lewandowski, though, as Poland beat Israel 4-0 whilst there was the conflict between Israel and Palestine. People retaliated to the opinion of Lewandowski, as Poland beat Israel 4-0 back in 2019. Oh, this is just getting so political now, isn't it? Due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people of Russia have been excluded. Several privileges now, including football. Yesterday, FIFA reached an agreement that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to the recent conflict. UEFA and FIFA released a statement saying football is fully united here and in full solidarity for all people of Ukraine. Vladimir Putin, as the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago, although the conflict has been happening for decades due to how close the countries are. How geographically close the two countries are. Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation and due to the histories with communism. Okay, the conflict has been happening for decades due to how geographically close the two countries are and due to the history of communism. Due to the geographically close the two countries are, the history of communism and Putin's obsession with showing power. Vladimir Putin, who's the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago, but the conflict has been happening for decades due to how geographically close the two countries are, the histories of communism and Putin's obsession with showing power. Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles towards Ukrainian airports, arsenals and cities. The armed forces of Ukraine, the countries of the world, have not backed down, though, resulting in numerous amounts. Resulting in numerous amounts of people. Numerous amounts of people. Resulting in people. Resulting in people travelling to Ukraine to defend against Russia's acts of war. Ukrainians have recently been migrating out of the country to escape the dangerous living conditions they're currently dealing with. Boris Johnson announced that the borders are not open for Ukrainians as a result of I don't think that's needed. Ukrainians have recently migrated out of the country to escape the dangerous living conditions. The majority of Russians do not want this to, did not want this to begin with, and are against the plans of Putin. Sadly, as Putin is the leader of the country, the Russians are numerous amount of privilege taken from their hands. Sadly, as Putin is the leader of the country and declares what happens. The Russians, Robert Lewandowski reached out to Twitter to voice his opinion on the decision FIFA have agreed on. It's the right decision, I can't imagine playing. Russian footballers and fans are not responsible for what they can. People retaliated his opinion as though Poland beat Israel whilst there was conflict between Israel and Palestine back in 2019. Cool! Boom! Fucking hell. Fuck this shit. Russia's Adidas have also reached the decision to suspend making Russia's national team kits. They've created kits for both the men's and women's national team since 2009, but due to current events they have made the decision to suspend a deal they have together. They've created kits for both the men, fuck off, for both the men's and women's national team. Fuck off. They've created kits for both the men's national. They've created kits for both the men's and women's national teams. Men's and women's national team since 2009. Oh, fuck off. 2009. but due to the current events, they have decided to suspend the deal. Because of the suspension, FIFA and UEFA have installed the Russian men's national team will now not compete in the World Cup qualifier because of this. They could end up missing the Qatar World 2022 World Cup entirely. Aha! Fuck this shit. You know what? It is fun making sometimes, but not when you're writing about war. It's like, I'm not a history man. I don't know war well. Like, this is complete waffle. A lot of people don't agree with the suspension. They personally believe that you shouldn't mix politics with football, as they are two completely different things, and it isn't necessary. Shush, necessarily a number of people don't agree with the suspension. Many people, comma, don't agree. Many people, comma, don't agree. Many people, comma, don't agree. Fuck off. Chain waffle. Okay. Ah, yes. both FIFA. Further notice. Oh, this is all going messy, innit? Fucking yes. Bollocks this. What do I do next? Let's see if there's anything else I can throw out everything. Sport punish period. Okay, we need to. Okay, whatever. People argue that war has been happening in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Jordan, Libya, Iran, a long period of time. But as soon as conflict is in a European country, people start to take it seriously. People argue that war has been happening in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Jordan, Libya, Iran for a long period of time. As soon as conflict is people start to take it seriously. People argue that Russia have been banned from all when the US have been dropping um, and it's also decided to stop making what the fuck. People argue that war has been happening in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Jordan, and Iran for a long period of time, but as soon as the conflict seriously, people argue Russia has been banned from all these privileges when US NATO have been dropping missiles and bombs for ages. Ah, this is kind of waffle, isn't it? Another argument amongst the people of football is that FIFA recently banned Zimbabwe and Kenya and Zimbabwe and Kenyan federations because they don't want government politics in sport yet bring in politics in the Okay, so pretty much gonna start to play music because my headset is fucking dying for some reason. Ah, shit on it. Right, so I'm gonna play some music. Sorry, guys. A little lion man, what song? Many people don't agree. Many people don't agree. Suspension. Okay. Another argument amongst the people of football is that FIFA recently banned Zimbabwe and Kenya federations, so they don't want government politics in sport. Yeah, they bring politics to the decision they made against people see this as hypocritical. Okay. I live with the heart on the line. Fucked up this time, haven't I, my dear? Also ended its partnership with Russia. Nachi Corporation out for competition. I really so hard on the line. I really fucked it up this time. Didn't I, my dear? Lots of demolition. This is waffle, but okay. Due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people of Russia have been excluded from several privileges, now including football. People and businesses of Russia have been excluded. Businesses in Russia, due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people and businesses of Russia have been excluded from several privileges, now including football. Yesterday, FIFA and UEFA reached an agreement that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to the recent conflicts. UEFA and FIFA released a statement saying FIFA and UEFA decided together that all Russian teams, whether national representative teams or club teams, shall be suspended from participation in both FIFA and UEFA competitions until further notice. Football is fully united here, and is for the truth of all the people affected in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin, who's the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago. The conflict has been happening for decades due to how geographically close the two countries are. The histories of communism and Putin's obsession with China exceeding power. Over the last few days, the armed forces of Russian Federations have struck numerous missiles towards Ukraine's airports, hospitals and cities. The armed forces of Ukraine resulting Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles towards Ukrainian air force arsenals and cities. High bases and cities resulting in a number of fatalities of troops and the Ukrainian people. The armed forces of Ukrainian countries of the world have not backed down, resulting in people travelling to Ukraine to defend against Russia's acts of war. Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles towards Ukrainian army bases and cities, resulting in a number of fatalities of troops and Ukrainian people. The armed forces of Ukrainian countries of the world have not backed down. Resulting in people travelling to Ukraine to defend. Social media has been jam-packed with updates of the current situations that's put so many at risk. The saddening current events shared all over the media, and people are showing sympathy and remorse towards the Ukrainian army and defensive civilians who are currently dealing with the Ukrainians have recently been migrating out of the country to escape the dangerous living conditions that they're currently dealing with. The majority of Russians did not want this to begin with and are against the plans of Putin's allies. Putin is the leader of the country and declares what happens. The Russians are having news from a privileged take on the Russians are having news from a privileged take away from the hands and having to deal with the consequences and repercussions. Look down screenshot to Twitter to voice his opinion on the decision FIFA agreed on. It is my decision. I can't imagine playing a match with Russian situation went down to fish. Russian footballers and the fans are not responsible for this, but we can't pretend for nothing is happening. People said the opinion of the injustice as Poland beat Israel 4-0. Conflict between Israel and Palestine led to people argue that war happened in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Jordan, Libya, Iran for a long period. For a while. But let's see. The conflict is in the European country for stop taking more seriously. People argue that Russia and the US States have been dropping missiles and nothing has been done about it. I've argued amongst the people who were bad. especially because they don't want carbon politics, but they're bringing politics to the decision they made against Russia. They've also decided to suspend or make a Rush possible due to the current events they have that Del has also ended his partnership with Russian, which was included in Champions League. Because of the suspension, FIFA references restored the Russian men. But this month, because of this, they could end up missing. And many people don't agree with the suspension, as they believe as they take completely things and isn't true. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies and organisations in recent days because of the conflict with Russia. All of them. Because of the privileges have been taken away. This war. And because of the privileges that have been taken away, the war that is slowly brewing could then. What comes to. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies in those recent days because of the conflict with Ukraine. Because of a lot of action has been taken against Russian companies and business days because of the conflict with Ukraine and because of the privileges. Because of the privileges that have been taken away, the war, the brewing, people. Than just the Ukrainians. Recent days, because of the conflict with Ukraine, and a lot of action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations, and businesses. Because of the conflict. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies because of the conflict with Ukraine. Because the privileges have been taken away. Because of the privileges that have been taken away, Putin could take action in the war that is slowly brewing. More people A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations and businesses because of the conflict with Ukraine. A lot of action has been taken away. Shush! A lot of action has been taken away. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations, and businesses. And a lot of the world's companies have suspended Russians services. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations, and businesses, and a lot of the world's companies. A lot of action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations, and businesses, and a lot of the world's companies have suspended Russians from using their services because of the conflict with Ukraine. A lot action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations, and businesses. Also, lots of the world companies are suspended. Also, no, comma. Also, world companies from around the world have suspended Russians. Action has been taken against Russian companies. Organisations, business, resulting in a loss profit. Action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations and businesses, resulting in a loss of profit. Also, companies from around the world have suspended Russians from using their services because of the conflict in Ukraine. Because of the privileges that have been taken away, Putin could act. Because of the privileges that have been taken away from the Russians, Putin could take action, meaning the war that is slowly brewing could end with devastating consequences for more people than just the Ukrainians. Ah! Privileges that have been withdrawn. Been withdrawn from the Russians. Because of the privileges that have been withdrawn. Because of the privileges that have been withdrawn from the Russians, Putin could take action, meaning the war that is slowly brewing could end with devastating consequences for more people than just the Ukrainians. Action has been taken against Russian companies, organisations and businesses to result in a loss of profit. Also, companies from around the world suspended Russia from using their services because of the conflict in Ukraine. Because of the privileges that have been withdrawn from the Russians, Putin could take action. Using warfare or a cyber attack. Because of the privileges that have been withdrawn from the Russians, Putin could take action in warfare or a cyber attack, meaning the war. Attack. What's a cyber attack? It's fucking. Yeah. Because of the privileges that have been withdrawn from the Russians, Putin could take action using warfare or a cyber attack, meaning the war that is slowly brewing could end with devastating consequences for more people than just Ukrainians. No. 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 Okay. Due to the recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people people in businesses of Russia have been excluded from several privileges. The people of Russia have been excluded from several privileges, now including football. Yesterday, FIFA and UEFA reached an agreement that Russian clubs, including football, outside their own country. Due to recent invasion of Ukraine ordered by Vladimir Putin, the people of Russia have now been excluded from several privileges, now including football outside their own country. Yesterday, FIFA outside their own country. Yesterday, FIFA and UEFA reached an agreement that Russian clubs and the Russian national team have been suspended from all competitions due to recent conflicts. UEFA and FIFA released a statement saying FIFA and UEFA have today decided together that all Russian teams, whether national representative teams or club teams, shall be suspended from participation of both FIFA and UEFA competitions until further notice. But was fully united here and in full solidarity with all the people affected in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin, as the leader of Russia, announced the invasion of Ukraine 5 days ago. The conflict has been happening for decades due to how geographically close the two countries are, the histories of communism and Putin's obsession with exceeding power. Over the last few days, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have struck numerous missiles towards Ukrainian airports, high bases and cities, resulting in innumerable fatalities of troops and Ukrainian people. The armed forces of Ukraine and countries of the world have not backed down, resulting in people travelling to Ukraine to defend against Russian acts of war and power. Recent social media has been jam-packed with updates of the current situation that's been in so many risks. The saddening current events have been shared all over social media, and people have shown sympathy and remorse towards the Ukrainian army and defence civilians who are currently dealing with the reality. Ukrainians have been migrating out of the country to escape the dangerous living conditions that they're currently dealing with. The majority of Russians did not want this to begin with, and are against the plans of Putin, but sadly, as Putin is the leader of the country and declares what happens, the Russians are having numerous amounts of privileges taken from their hands and are having to deal with the consequences and repercussions. Robert Lewandowski reached out to Twitter to voice his opinion on the decision FIFA and Ukraine. It is the right decision. I can't imagine playing a match with the Russian national team in a situation with the armed aggression in Ukraine. Russian footballers and fans are not responsible for this, but we can't pretend anything. People retaliated, opinion of Lewandowski, though. As Poland beat Israel 4-0 whilst there was conflict between Israel and Palestine back in 2019. People argue that war has been happening in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Jordan, Libya, Iran, act for a while. But as soon as the conflict is in the European country which starts taking seriously, people argue that Russia has been banned from all these privileges when the US and NATO have been dropping missiles and bombs on hardly anything. As we've done about it. Another argument amongst the people of football is that she recently banned Zimbabwe and Kenyan federations for Zimbabwe Zimbabwean and Kenyan Federation because they don't want the sport. They're bringing politics. Because they don't want to discover. Yeah, they're bringing politics to the decision they're moving against Russia. People see this as hypocritical. Others have also decided to support some making Russia's national team kits. They have created kits for both men and women. So as now, due to current events, the side has suspended deal. UEFA has also ended its partnership with the Russian Energy Corporation Gazprom through all competitions, including the Champions League national team competitions in year 2024. Because of the suspension, FIFA and Europe, the Russian national team will now compete in the World Cup qualifying next month. Because of this, they could end up missing the title of the World Cup entirely. Many people don't agree with the suspension, as they believe you shouldn't mix politics with football, as they are two completely different things, and it isn't necessarily needed. But the views of people will not change the suspension FIFA put in place. Action has been taken against the Russian companies organising the business, resulting in a loss of profit. Also, companies from around the world, especially Russians, from using their services to conflict Ukraine. Because the privileges that have been withdrawn from the Russian Brewing could take action using the world for a cyber attack. Feeding the war that is slowly brewing could end up in devastating consequences for more people than just the Ukrainians. Okay, let's just leave it at that because it's just gonna get too long otherwise. Let's go on to Wix, let's get it uploaded. Let's go, 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 go. I I mean that killed now, didn't it? Uh, ah, no. Hard times. This has probably been one of the most boring fucking things you ever watched in your life, but you know. Right. So that's alright. Dun dun dun. Hard times. That's right. Hard times. Hard times. I deserve the rock bottom. So that needs to go like that. Why is this dog still barking? Let's get a picture of Russian national team. Russia national team, football team, yes mate. Images. There you go, there they are. Let's save image. And then you save it as Russia. Hard times. And it's a gonna be times, your times. Hard times. Hard times. Hard times. Then I'm gonna get a great picture of Vladimir Putin. And then finally I'm gonna get a picture of Ukraine and them not struggling, but like the army. Vladimir Putin. So why is he called Vladimir? Like, come on. He's so ugly as well. Much better. Oh yes, Vladimir. And then here, I'm gonna get a picture of. Well, I'm gonna get an interesting picture of Ukraine. There we go. Stop war in Ukraine. That's probably perfect. Ukraine. It's probably not the most, you know. You fuck off. Whatever. Let's just publish that. This dog is actually a retard. Then you go to here. You go back. Oh, what's happening? Paste. And you're like, new article. Out. Russia banned from UEFA and FIFA tournament. You go to Facebook. Oh, shut up, you dog! Oh, it's pissing me off. I'm trying to do something here. I know it's going. It's woof woof woof. I'm a dog. You know what I mean? It's just really annoying. Alright, okay. Goodbye, guys.